You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, McDonald County High School seniors are reviving a Thanksgiving tradition. Lonnie Walton shares their story.
Also, the votes are still coming on Missouri's Amendment 2. Very own Anthony Saviello shares an update as the vote counting continues.
And we've got ourselves a pretty chilly start to the day. A cool day out there as well for us. So look at that forecast. Get you out the door. Coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. It's just after 7 a.m. on this Thursday, November the 21st.
Yes.
1 week away from Thanksgiving.
1 week away from Thanksgiving.
Hopefully you're getting prepared.
Yes, yes.
You don't necessarily have to have everything yet, but you want to be ready for Thanksgiving. And folks in McDonald County, some students anyway, are definitely ready, I think.
Definitely prepared. Yes, McDonald County High School seniors are preparing to host a community Thanksgiving dinner this weekend.
COVID forced the celebration to take a 3-year hiatus, but the seniors from the Rho Kappa National Social Studies Honor Society have once again come together to give back. KOAM's Lonnie Walton has their story.
Everybody deserves that feeling of sitting down with your family and having a warm Thanksgiving meal, because it's just a good feeling.
Raquel Robinette is a senior at McDonald County High. She, along with her fellow classmates, are preparing a free Thanksgiving meal for the community. She says it's something she's very grateful for and something she's always had.
Fortunately, I've always been blessed enough to have a good Thanksgiving meal and good family time around the holidays, but I know that not everybody is blessed as such.
The program was fairly challenging at first, trying to get donations from various organizations. But this time, high school senior Caitlin Manor says it's a whole lot easier.
Last year we were kind of like, oh, where do we start? But we managed to get through it, and this year it was a breeze.
The students don't normally get money or college credit for it. They do it for the personal connection.
The fact that we're willing to help, it's not a charity case. It's the fact that we care and we love our community, and there should be no shame in struggle.
Both Robinette and Manor says this not only gives people a sense of community, but it's just a part of who they are.
Any way you can give back to the community that's constantly giving to you is worth something.
Just knowing that I can help to get other people to have that opportunity that I have, I think it's amazing.
Although Robinette and Manor are seniors this year, they hope this event lives on. Reporting in Anderson, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
The Thanksgiving dinner will be this Saturday from 5 to 8 p.m. at McDonald County High School.
Certainly a very unique project. Great that they're able to finally bring it back, you know, because it certainly helps the community, gives them something to do, and it's a great tradition.
Yeah, and to celebrate Thanksgiving with so many people is also great too.
Absolutely. And it's feeling a little more like, well, not quite Christmas yet, but it is definitely feeling like Thanksgiving. A little chilly this morning. Quick look outside. Our camera downtown Pittsburgh. Sun is rising. Skies are clear and temperatures are cold. MoDOT camera 20th and range line in Joplin. Clear skies as well, but again, it is cold. In fact, we have freeze warnings, Oklahoma and Arkansas, and they'll continue through 8 o'clock this morning. Future track, look at those wind arrows go. You know why they're going? Because it's going to be breezy again today. Now, not like what we saw yesterday. All right, we had wind gusts exceeding 40 miles an hour at points yesterday. It was very windy. Today, not expected to be as windy, but northwest winds gusting 25, maybe 30 miles an hour, so it's still going to make it feel cold. By noon, most of us low to mid 40s. Again, our southern counties could be a little warmer, could see some low 50s, but I do believe the bulk of us are going to stay a bit on the chilly side as we head through today. Clear skies, though. The sun will be out. It'll look nice. It just certainly will not feel nice. And, of course, we're a little cooler today, so it's going to be a little cooler tonight as well. 36 in both Joplin and Pittsburgh right now, and across the region, temperatures are for the most part still technically above normal out there. We've got upper 30s and low 40s here and there. We've got fewer low 40s right now as we're falling back toward the actual lows for today, but still, it is cold nonetheless. Again, highs, the majority of us upper 40s today, breezy, clear skies. Winds will start to ease up later this evening. We're going to fall back into the 20s tonight, and then a warming trend begins into the weekend ahead of cold weather once again, and maybe even some wintry weather. We'll talk about all that in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, we'll see you soon. Well, a train crashes into a dump truck yesterday, killing the truck driver. It happened around 8:30 yesterday morning, about 4 miles north of Neosho. Troopers say a dump truck crossed the CPKC tracks on a dirt lane when the train struck. The driver was thrown from the vehicle as the cab was ripped from the chassis. He later died at the hospital. The holidays are a time for gathering with your loved ones, but you don't always have the same opinions as your family. And following a tumultuous election season, tensions at the dinner table can reach new levels. Mental health experts say when you combine politics and family, it can lead to an increased levels of stress and anxiety.
I think as we navigate challenging relationships, conversations, ideas, we want to make sure that we're more focused on listening, and not just listening to respond or listening to tell them why we're right, but are we listening to understand?
If you begin feeling stressed or upset, Hefner recommends trying to step away from the conversation and practicing breathing exercises. You can learn more on how to handle these difficult conversations tonight at 6 on KOAM News. Well, 2,000. That's the difference in the number of votes on whether to legalize sports betting in Missouri. The state still needs to certify the votes, but at least at the moment, the amendment is passing. KOAM's Anthony Saviello has the latest on what's happening while we wait.
Will the opportunity to back your team with a bet become a reality, or stay a gamble itself?
Certainly, all of the vote counting and other things because of the slim margin, we have plenty of time to get our work done. It's not stopping us from going ahead with our work. I've had a couple of reporters who have asked, so did you wake up the day after the election and said it's time to get to work? We've already been working on this.
If sports betting were to pass unchallenged,
eventually, once they come up with rules and regs that they feel comfortable presenting to the commission, that will come before myself and my fellow commissioners at an upcoming meeting.
But if the sports betting amendment ends up failing,
if it truly comes to pass that it doesn't pass, then we'll just be on hold like we've been in the past.
It's a tight race that continues to get closer and closer.
I hoped it did pass, because if there's an opportunity for just like casino gambling provides money to the veterans and provides money to mental health and money to education, I hope that it brings in a whole bunch of money that goes to education.
For now, it looks like the opportunity to wager on your favorite sports team or player still hangs in the balance. Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Now, if the amendment were to stay within the margin of error after their certification, a request for a recount could be made within 7 days of the certification. And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, Emily Frankowski joins us to give us an inside peek at some of the excitement behind a few of the upcoming events at the Cornell Complex. We'll be right back, but first, here's a live look from the National Avenue Bridge for Historic Bridge Awareness Month. Emily Frankowski from Connect to Culture is with us this morning to share what new things are happening at the Cornell Complex. Good morning to you. Happy to have you here. So lots of exciting things happening at the Cornell Complex. Before we get into all the holiday festivities happening, talk to me about the last production in the month of November.
Yes, so this Saturday we've got an awesome nationally touring production with Theater Works USA, and they're bringing Charlotte's Web this Saturday at 2 p.m. And we've got less than 60 seats available. So if you want tickets to this amazing show, you need to get them probably today or tomorrow, because it's going to be a sellout. But we're so excited about that. The day prior, we're busing in a bunch of kids to see it a little early for free in the Joplin schools. And so we're excited to, when it's all said and done, we'll have, more than 400 children in Joplin that have got to see this for completely free. And then our tickets are very affordable. So great family-friendly show. We're we're going to have Wildcat Glades there earlier to create your own little Charlotte before the show as well.
Yes.
So it's a great family activity.
And what a way to wrap up the month of November.
Yes.
Now going into December, you have some incredible events happening.
Yes.
Talk to me what's going on December 5th.
Yes, on December 5th, we are going to have Connect to Culture's open mic night, Winter Wonders. We had one in October. It was very well received.
Yeah.
It's 5:30 to 7:30, so we only have a limited number of open mic spots. So if you want to be a participant in that event, get there early to snag your spot. But we have great musicians, poets.
Oh, wow.
We haven't had any dancers yet, but I hope to see that soon. But it's a chance for local talented artists to share that with others. Very minimum donation of $5 at the door to help Connect to Culture bring more art to more people.
How fun. And if artists want to grab one of those spots, where can they do so?
They just have to get there early. So get there right at 5:30, sign up right there.
Yes.
No pre-registration. It's pretty relaxed. So
wonderful.
It's a lot of fun.
Wonderful. And then you're also having another event that same weekend, a winter welcome. Talk to me about that.
This is a big collaboration between Connect to Culture, the Cornell Complex, and Spiva Center for the Arts. In the morning, Spiva is going to have a maker's market throughout the day, a make and take ornament craft activity. And then we are going to celebrate our new canopy that's over the outdoor stage of the Cornell Complex.
Wonderful.
If you've walked by, it's just an amazing structure.
Beautiful.
It's going to make it so much easier to have outdoor performances. And so we're going to have a celebration from 6 to 6:30 on that. And then Santa's calling inside.
Yes.
We've got an evening with Kringle City, which is a story about Santa and his trusty elf Holly. Also a locally produced show, but it's an amazing show. We had it last year and it nearly sold out. So you get to have pictures with Santa Claus afterwards as well. So it's a great family. So everybody, it's a full day of activity at the Cornell Complex on the 7th.
And then there's one final event happening the next weekend, December 14th. Talk to me just briefly about that.
Yes, that is another holiday show with Guy Penrod. It's Christmas with Guy Penrod, who is a well-beloved gospel singer, previous former singer, I guess, of the Gaither Vocal Band.
Oh, wow.
And so he has just a great way of his own renditions of Christmas songs, a little country, gospel, and that one is going to probably be a sellout as well. So if you want to get all holiday shows, it's great to get your tickets early so you don't miss out. And of course, you can always check Connect to Culture's calendar at connecttoculture.org to see all of the other arts and cultural organizations' holiday offerings, of which there are many.
Yes, absolutely. Well, exciting stuff happening. Thanks so much for joining us this morning, Emily. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News 717 on this Thursday morning. Starting with this, a quick reminder through 8 o'clock this morning, freeze warnings in Oklahoma and Arkansas. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw more of those as we head into tonight, because we're going to be even colder tonight than where we are now. Today, of course, colder than yesterday. We're going to have those northwest winds gusting 25, 30 miles an hour. And by noon, low to mid 40s out there. The majority of us looking to cap out about the upper 40s, but some of our southern counties could get into the low 50s. But this is going to be one of those things where that'll be the minority. And most of us upper 40s today. Now, tomorrow, that'll actually kind of switch around on us, where the minority will ultimately be upper 40s in our northern counties and 50s for the rest of us. But we'll get to tomorrow, starting now. Tomorrow morning, though, see, this is what I'm talking about. Look at all these upper 20s out there. Look at how cold we're going to be starting our Friday. Now, the winds will ease up later today, which will be great. We need them to kind of stop gusting so much, so it won't be as bad. And we're still going to be a little bit cool to start our Friday. A few clouds here and there, but we will eventually get to that point where, again, the majority of us should make the low 50s, with our far northern counties being the exception into the upper 40s out there. Now, Friday night into Saturday, winds turn around. They shift out of the north. So we go from that northwesterly breeze to a southerly breeze. So cold start on Saturday into the 30s. But as we head later into the day, temperatures warm up pretty quickly. We'll have some clouds here and there on our Saturday as well. They'll increase much later in the day. And look at these temperatures, upper 50s and low 60s as we head into Saturday afternoon. Right now in Joplin, it is not in the 60s. It is chilly. It's 36. Feels like 30 though, with that west-northwest breeze at around 8 miles an hour. Temperatures across the region, they look like this. Most of us, again, technically above normal. So we've got some upper 30s and still a few low 40-degree readings out there. So as we start the day, it's a bit on the chilly side, like I said. Upper 30s to start, clear skies, and we'll be around the mid-40s by 11 o'clock. And again, it will be a bit on the breezy side. Most of us today heading for highs into the upper 40s. And tomorrow, most of us into the low 50s, low 60s Saturday, near 70 by Sunday. Yeah, I'm going to say that again, near 70 by Sunday. Rain chances, though. And this is what I want to take a moment and talk to you all about, is this. We've got rain chances all the way through Thanksgiving. So here's what we are keeping an eye on. There is a storm system that's been pretty consistent showing up on long-range data. So we are expecting this rain as we get closer to Thanksgiving. It's been pretty constant. The issue is with winter weather, all it takes is a freezing line moving a mile north or south of where it's supposed to be, and it turns everything upside down. So it's something we're watching closely. Do not cancel your Thanksgiving Day plans. We're not expecting any kind of significant winter weather at this point, but these rain showers, as temperatures drop into Thanksgiving, could turn into a rain-snow mix. Maybe some light snow overnight, nothing major, but enough that it'll cause slick spots on the roadways, unfortunately, just in time for Thanksgiving. So if you have plans Thanksgiving, especially if you're staying local, just make plans to leave a little earlier and drive slowly. Watch out for those slick spots, because regardless of what we do ultimately get, it's also going to be very cold by Thanksgiving Day and chilly into next weekend. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Well, many Americans will be looking to do their holiday shopping online, but with the convenience of shopping from your home also comes the threat of porch pirates. We have Captain William Davis from the Joplin Police Department with us this morning with some tips on how to keep your packages safe this holiday shopping season. Good morning and welcome to you. Happy to have you here. Of course, so talk to me about kind of porch pirates and specifically within the Joplin area and just kind of trends that you might see.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate, that this has to be a topic, but this time of year we always see an increase in thefts involving people taking packages, mail, items that are being delivered to residents, and typically this left out and visible for long periods of time. So as we go into Black Friday next week, and then Cyber Monday, and especially a lot of online shopping has already started.
Yes.
We're just hoping to remind people that if you can, please try to leave or as you buy things online, when you have them delivered, try to schedule those for a time whenever you're going to be present.
Yes.
That's a big thing. If you do have to have them delivered, if you can kind of work out a way to have them put in a secure area or an area where it's not really as visible to the general public as they're going by. If your workplace allows it, you can have items delivered to your workplace. If you can have them delivered to, like, maybe say a trusted neighbor or another family member, somebody who's going to be present that can sign for them, and you can later retrieve those at a later time. So, doing a couple of those things, and then ultimately, if you have to have them delivered to your house, just try to get them out of public sight as soon as you can. That's the tips that we have. Hoping that can cut down some numbers. The state of Missouri has kind of fed up with the porch pirates. So last year they actually increased that theft of a package off of a porch like that is actually an E-felony in the state of Missouri. So it doesn't really matter about the value of the package. It's one of those, like, you take it, there's some serious consequences that can come from it.
Absolutely. And just within the Joplin area specifically, do you see it happen with more small packages, big packages, all kind of packages alike?
It's a wide range,
Sure.
and it's it can be something very small, but it greater chance that if it's something that's bigger, that's more visible, that can catch an eye of somebody, going by in a vehicle or walking by or riding a bicycle, they see something. And it's one of those, crimes that can happen very quick. It doesn't take very long. You're on the porch, grab it and go. And so, especially things that are extremely valuable, anything you can do to help heed these tips, don't leave things in your cars. That's another big one, because we're seeing, theft of vehicles, burglaries, things like that. Keep things out of plain view. And we're hoping it can help cut down those theft numbers.
Absolutely. Some great tips there. Thanks so much for being with us this morning. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The four states most
Welcome back to the KOAM
news
Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:29. I'm Elise Snowy. Well, yesterday was the last time a driver will pay cash for a toll road in Oklahoma. Now, the change comes as Oklahoma makes the switch to cashless tolls. Drivers will no longer stop to pay, and they will instead keep driving. On turnpikes, scanners will look for a Pike Pass, a cashless toll payment system Oklahoma has been using since 1991. If drivers don't have a Pike Pass, the Plate Pay, the state's cashless tolling system, will scan your license plate and mail you a bill you can pay online. The Oklahoma Turnpike Authority says the change was made to not only make driving the state roads more convenient, but also more safe.
But as times have changed, and as quite frankly, the safety concerns grew tremendously, we had more than 500 crashes of a severe nature at our toll plazas across the state over the 6 years prior to the start of our cashless conversion.
The Oklahoma Turnpike Authority asks drivers to watch for workers at toll locations as they begin the process of deconstructing the toll booths. And our annual Feed the Four States Telethon kicks off today at noon, 5, 6, and 9. Our phone operators will be standing by to take your call and help you donate to area food pantries to help feed the hungry in our area. You can also scan this QR code to head over to our website, where we've provided all the information you'll need on what to donate and where you can drop off donations. Please join us today and help feed the four states. Now let's check in with Chris for a quick look at the forecast.
Out there this morning. It looks nice though. We've got the sun shining, clear skies from our camera in downtown Pittsburgh, but you can see the sparkling on their decorations here, and that's not the lights. That's because it is still a bit breezy out there, and it will continue to be windy as we head into the afternoon. 20th and Rangeline, MoDOT camera there looking back to the west-northwest, so you can still see clear skies as we start the day. Freeze warnings again continuing Oklahoma, Arkansas through 8 o'clock this morning. Future track by noon. We are into the low to mid 40s for most of us. Again, our southern counties could make the low 50s, but that's going to be the minority today. Well, majority of us, though, into the upper 40s as we head in the afternoon. Additionally, winds shifting out of the northwest late this morning, and they'll start gusting 25 to 30 miles an hour. Skies will remain clear, and it won't be until late evening that those winds start to ease up a bit on us. 36 Joplin, 36 in Pittsburgh, and across the region. If you were guessing the majority of us are in the 30s, you would be correct. We have 3 40-degree readings: Miami, Grove, Jay. Everyone else, mid to upper 30s as we get this Thursday started. Highs today, again, most of us upper 40s, clear skies, breezy, winds easing up tonight. Now, we're going to be pretty cold tonight, falling back into the 20s. And then we're going to start to warm up heading into the weekend. Then we got rain chances, and then it gets really cold. And you combine that with rain, and, well, we'll tell you about what we're expecting as we head into Thanksgiving here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
Chris, thanks. Well, 2 in every 5 women struggle with access to period products. Parsons High School is tackling this issue in their schools through the help of a grant. KOAM's Melissa Alexis has more.
It's a request the Parsons School District nurse receives weekly.
We have over 180 females just in our high school alone, and of those, most of them come in and will need products or relief from discomfort and pain.
Amber Jones says period poverty is a health concern that especially affects those in rural areas and in low-income families.
You never know when you might need something, or there are things that you can't necessarily schedule with your body. So we provide those items so we can keep kids in school, keep them comfortable.
Period poverty is an issue nationwide and worldwide that we needed to do something.
Jones says a lack of access to feminine hygiene products often leads to students missing school.
If a female was on her period, she may stay home for the first 3 heavy flow days of her period, and that really would affect attendance.
To tackle this issue in the Parsons School District, Care Cupboard Pantry applied for a $1,000 grant to purchase feminine hygiene products to donate to Parsons schools.
We're excited to see these dollars put to use in our community and to see the impact that they're going to have.
Move that needle in the right direction about accessibility, about availability, about getting it just readily available at everyone's fingertips wherever they should be, at home, at school.
The grant will be used to purchase products like tampons and pads, along with products for cramps like Tylenol and heat packs. Reporting in Parsons, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
The state of Kansas has a sales tax on period products, and the Parsons School District nurse believes this contributes to period poverty. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. While dreading your next family get-together, our very own Samantha Walker shows us a few tips to help avoid family tensions this holiday season. We'll be right back, but before we head to break, here's a live look at the National Avenue Bridge in Fort Scott, Kansas.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is now 7:42 on this Thursday morning, and again, for the next 18 minutes or so, we have freeze warnings, Oklahoma and Arkansas. Those are running through 8 o'clock this morning. As we head to the afternoon today, we are going to have northwest winds begin picking back up on us, gusting 25, maybe 30 miles an hour. On top of that, take a look at these temperatures by noon, low 40s out there. Our southern counties, as we've talked about, could make it into the low 50s today, but that will be the minority. Most of us will only be in the upper 40s as we head through our afternoon. By late evening, the winds will begin to ease up on us, and they'll be calmer overnight. Still northwest about 5 to 10, but no major gusts. We are going to be colder tonight since we're going to be chillier today. We're going to fall back, most of us, into the upper 20s as we head into Friday morning. And then tomorrow will be a bit of a reverse from today. It'll be the upper 40s as a minority. So our northern counties may only make the upper 40s tomorrow, but most of us should at least make the low 50s as we head into our Friday afternoon with mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. Now, overnight Friday into Saturday, winds shift out of the south, and that's going to start bringing in warm air. Not by Saturday morning, mind you. We're still in the low 30s out there, but by Saturday afternoon, we're going to see a lot more folks starting to go into the upper 50s, and we could even see some low 60s for our Saturday. And if that's not warm enough for you, Sunday could be near 70. We'll talk about that here in just a second. Right now, though, not near 70. It's 36 in Joplin. Feels like 30, so we're about 40 degrees off of that right now. West-northwest breeze at about 8 miles an hour. Temperatures out there, most of us still mid-upper 30s. We do have that string of 40s, Miami, Grove, and Jay. Outside of that, though, it's cold. We're going to be upper 30s to start. Clear skies, as you can see right now. It'll be about mid-40s by 11 o'clock this morning. Again, that's ahead of our highs. Most of us going upper 40s. Northwest winds gusting with those clear skies. Heading into the evening hours, clear skies continue. Winds begin easing up. Mid-30s by 10. Overnight lows into the upper 20s. Then we head over the next 10 days. Low 50s tomorrow, low 60s Saturday, near 70 on Sunday. Rain chances. And those rain chances carry on through most of next week, all the way up to Thanksgiving. So this storm system has been on the long-range models for quite some time. It's still showing up. So we are looking at rain, maybe a rumble of thunder or two. And we're also looking at temperatures falling. The question is just how fast everything falls and how long the rain actually lasts. So some of the long-range data shows the snow coming down as far south as our region. Others show it staying well north of us, around the I-70 corridor, maybe, a few miles either side of that. So we're going to have to keep a close eye on it. What we're looking at this point, though, we're not suspecting any kind of significant winter storm. We're not looking at our first blizzard or major snowfall of the season, but even then, some light snow flurries overnight and maybe a rain-snow mix to start the day on Thanksgiving that could at least lead to slick spots. So you want to make sure you plan accordingly. Make sure you give yourself time to get where you're going. Drive slowly. Watch out for those slick spots. And also, regardless of what kind of precipitation we get, dress warmly. Upper 20s to start, upper 30s to around 40 for the high on Thursday. And we don't do a lot of warming as we head into next weekend. So we'll keep an eye on that system for you and keep you updated if anything changes one way or the other. In the meantime, we're going to send it over to Lise now with Consumer Watch.
All right. Thanks, Chris. Well, Comcast revealed plans today to spin off its NBC Universal Cable TV network. The unit will include MSNBC, CNBC, Oxygen, E!, Sci-Fi, and the Golf Channel. Real Housewives Home Bravo will stay in the mothership along with the Peacock streaming service and the NBC broadcast network. Comcast is betting NBC Universal's remaining assets, broadcast TV, sports, movies, and theme parks will be better positioned for growth. A new report details the alarming number of shoppers who have fallen victim to fraud schemes. According to the AARP Fraud Watch Network, 82% of shoppers have faced some type of fraud this year. The report says the number of fraudulent texts from shipment companies has nearly doubled since 2022. Now, with the holidays approaching, consumer experts are warning shoppers to be extra vigilant with emails, texts, and ads on social media. With Thanksgiving around the corner, Americans may not have to break the bank for their feast this year. A survey from the American Farm Bureau Federation's survey shows turkey prices have dropped for the second year in a row. The survey shows prices decreased by 6%, and the American Farm Bureau survey also revealed the cost of vegetables and whole milk went down, while the price for more processed items went up. And those are our top consumer stories. Let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell. A couple of months since Hurricane Helene devastated wide swaths of the South, and many communities, especially in hard-hit North Carolina, are still pressing on with a difficult recovery process.
As the holiday season continues drawing near, it can be tough to see joy amidst the lingering tragedy. Fox News' Ted Lindner takes a closer look at one sign of hope that's coming in the shape of a tree bound for the White House.
Coming in at around 20 feet tall and weighing between 400 and 500 pounds. This massive Christmas tree carries even larger significance for many Hurricane Helene victims across North Carolina.
To think that it was planted 25 years ago.
Sam Cartner Jr.'s parents founded Cartner's Christmas Tree Farm in 1959. It's located in Avery County, North Carolina, one of the areas hit hardest by Helene a couple of months ago. The storm brought catastrophic and deadly flooding throughout the northwest region of the state. Many survivors are still far away from completing recovery. But amidst the ongoing heartache is hope. This special tree from Cartner's farm is being chopped down and transported Wednesday to the White House. It will then be decorated and stand in the famous Blue Room throughout December.
My parents were extremely humble people, and they would not like all the attention. But they would be very proud that we were representing the Christmas tree growers of America, and especially Western North Carolina, to take a tree to the White House.
And as the upcoming holiday season will usher in times of togetherness, Cartner says this special White House-bound tree will symbolize that and much more to North Carolina's storm victims.
They would want this tree to represent the faith and hope and love and joy and family and generosity, all those good things of mankind that we need to stop and recognize.
Ted Lindner, Fox News.
Certainly impressive and just a great kind of symbol of hope for those folks down there.
Yeah, it was devastating for those in North Carolina. I mean, all over the southeast region. So to see, a beacon of hope for them is lovely.
Absolutely. Well, we've got some freeze warnings here that we've got to contend with, at least for the next about 8 minutes, 7.5 minutes. And those are in effect in Arkansas and Oklahoma, and they'll run through 8 o'clock this morning. And then, again, wouldn't be surprised if we see a few more of those tonight, because we're going to be even colder tonight. Heading into the afternoon, low 40s for most of us by noon. Again, our southern counties could be a little warmer into the low 50s, but the majority of us upper 40s for highs, and those northwest winds gusting 25 to 30 miles an hour. Those winds will ease up later into the late evening and overnight hours. We'll still be northwest 5 to 10 heading into Friday. Maybe a few clouds. We're going to be starting most of us in the upper 20s for Friday. Mid 40s by about noon, and then tomorrow, a flip of today, the majority of us should be in the low 50s, with only maybe some of our northern counties hanging out into the upper 40s as we head into Friday afternoon. Right now, though, again, cold, 36 in Joplin, feels like 30. Skies are clear otherwise, and across the area, temperatures mid-upper 30s, and still that string of 40s, Miami, Grove, and Jay. As we go through the morning, again, most of us starting where we are, upper 30s out there, clear skies, and about the mid-40s by 11 a.m. We'll have another look at your forecast and the news you need to know right after this.
Well, here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. A crash yesterday involving a train and a dump truck leaves one dead. Around 8:30 yesterday morning, troopers say a dump truck crossed the CPKC tracks on a dirt lane when the train struck. Now, the driver was thrown from the vehicle as the cab was ripped from the chassis. He later died at the hospital. Well, yesterday was the last time a driver will pay cash for a toll road in Oklahoma. The change comes as Oklahoma makes the switch to cashless tolls. The Oklahoma Turnpike Authority says the change was made to not only make driving the state roads more convenient, but also safer. And our annual Feed the Four States telethon kicks off today at noon, 5, 6, and 9. Our phone operators will be standing by to take your call and help you donate to area food pantries to help feed the hungry in our area. You can also scan this QR code to head over to our website, where we've provided all the information you'll need on what to donate and where you can drop off donations. Please join us today and help feed the four states.
And we got a chilly day today. Upper 40s for most of us. Northwest winds gusting 25 to 30 miles an hour. Clear skies. Clear skies for the evening. Winds easing up. We'll fall back into the upper 20s overnight. We'll have temperatures increasing, pushing near 70 by Sunday. Rain chances start building in. And then again, we're watching that storm system as we head into Thanksgiving. Again, not anticipating a significant winter weather event by any means, but at this point still could definitely have some slick spots. So, plan to leave early, plan to drive safe, and plan to bundle up, because regardless of what falls from the sky, we're in the 20s to start, upper 30s, maybe about 40 by the afternoon. So it's going to be a cold Thanksgiving.
Certainly. Well, the newest tram in Hungary's capital has been unveiled. It's a full-sized rail vehicle made of 1.8 million colorful Lego blocks, the first of its kind in the world.
The 6-ton, 11.5-meter long Lego tram took 90 people nearly 7,000 hours to build over 2 months. It's part of a collaboration between Lego Hungary, the city of Budapest, and the capital's public transit company, BKV. So it actually
look at that.
goes. I was just getting ready to ask, is it just something they show for fun? Now, the next thing is, though, does it actually...
I don't think so.
Take people? Can you get inside? I don't know.
There's Lego people already in there.
That's true. We'll have to go to Budapest and find out.
I guess so.
Well, thank you all so much for letting us put the good into your morning. We're back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.